What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hardcore Fab Shop. Today we're back to work on Old Crow, and I finally got some parts and pieces in so we can get back to work on this thing and finish up a few things. Obviously, right off the bat, one of the first things I got are some ammo cans. These, I don't know if they're actually vintage or not. They came from a place that has a whole bunch of vintage ones, but I don't see anything on here that actually says USA or any military numbers. But anyways, I got those. We'll get those mounted on the bed, hopefully, or under the bed, hopefully today. And also got a stainless steel piano hinge so we can get started on our tonneau cover. Also got a big box full of stuff here from Speedway. All stuff I bought, not stuff that was sent to me. Wilwood. So, if you haven't figured it out yet, gotta get all the stuff in there to start mounting up some brake pedals and all that kind of stuff under the dash. And before I can do any of that, I'm gonna have to probably cut the rest of the firewall out. So I got plenty of room to get in there and weld up some stuff. So probably start off with that, and then we'll get back to seeing what some of this stuff is and how it's going in the truck. Alright, so this is what I ended up with for a pedal assembly. It is a reverse mount, underhung style. That's going to put these master cylinders actually under the dash instead of out on the firewall. I think I like that situation a little bit better since we're not going to have anything there to cover up the sides of the hood or anything. So you won't be able to see any of this stuff when it's all said and done. Just going to go ahead and put this together and do it kind of finger tight so that we can get kind of an idea of what we need to start building to put a bracket in here and put this underneath the dash. As far as part numbers and everything, I'll flip this around. You guys can see that, pause it, whatever. Get the number if you want. That's what we got going on there. These just go together pretty quick and simple. It's not that big of a deal. Stick these together real quick, and we'll see what it looks like under the dash. Alright, obviously we'll have to adjust all that later, but that gives us an idea of what this is going to kind of look like under the dash. Now we just got to figure out a bracket to make it work. Alright, so this is pretty much what I've came up with for a bracket to be able to mount the pedals in there. Yeah, I'm going to have to end up using this one. I've used up all of my 1/8 inch plate that I have on hand trying to make this. So this one still isn't right, and I don't even want to tell you guys how much time I've got in this thing already. But this one is still a little bit big, so I can buzz some of it off with the death wheel and still kind of massage it to where it'll be the right shape that I need for in here. So I guess I'm going to get back to doing that and get the front of this squared up enough to where it actually lines up with the firewall. And when I get that done, I'll turn the camera back on, show you guys what we end up with. Alright, so I finally have massaged this thing enough to where it fits in here pretty good. It's going to go in here, I believe, right about here. I think that's going to get us at the right height so I can still be able to access the lids and fill the master cylinders up and everything. It also gives us the clean shot right down beside it for a steering column. So I think that's all going to play out real good. And I think we're now at the right height too, where I'm going to have plenty of room here on the pedal at the floor. So at this point, I think I'm good. Now, I think I need to go ahead and drill some holes in this to where I can mount the pedal assembly and maybe do some more test fitting and stuff just to make sure. And then I need to start building some boxing in here to actually have this supported enough to where when I do actually go mash on the gas pedal or the brake pedal, probably brake pedal and the gas pedal, I guess, at the same time. Anyways, when I mash on that, that's going to actually have enough support where it don't just rip off. So I guess back to work. think we still need another brace or something in here to kind of help hold this up here on this one side, but overall, I think that's going to work. And I think it looks pretty good right there. It's going to give me plenty of easy access here on master cylinders. And I think that pedal's going to adjust out and be just fine. Sweet. Well, I'm super happy with how this is turning out. This is really, really strong already, and it's only got a few tack welds on there, so I'm feeling really confident about that. But just to be on the safe side, I am going to add a couple little struts down here on the bottom, just a little bit more gusseting. I don't think it needs it, but better to be safe than sorry when it comes to brakes, right? So I'm going to add that stuff in there, weld this stuff all up, and then I will put this box back in, weld it right in the same exact spot. I'm just going to weld it right here on the firewall. Right in this pinch weld area is a really strong part of the cab because we got a pretty thick piece of material here anyways, and then that pinch weld and the extra rolls and bends makes that a really strong part of the cab. And I'm going to weld it in here on the inside, right along this wall here as well. So when it's all said and done, this thing ain't going to go anywhere. Well, guys, there you go. What do you think? Got it all stitched in there. It's not weld porn, but it's good enough for a rat rod, right? I think this thing is actually pretty stout. I can move the whole cab by it, and it's not even budging. So I think we're looking good. I'm going to call this part done. Moving on to the ammo boxes. This is what we come up with. Got just a simple bracket here bolted to the side of the box. One on each side. And when this all goes together permanently, we'll silicone the shit out of that and make that seal up good so we don't have to worry about water. Just going to stick that right in there and weld it to the frame. Call her good. Alright, that gets all of our boxes tacked in there. Let me throw this down, turn the welder off, and I'll show you guys what we're looking at. Well, that pretty well fills up everything underneath the bed. I don't think I can cram anything else really in here. We've got that one on the front, another one back here at the back. Of course, the battery is on that side. And then we got one up there, the little hole in the middle. Remember, the train horns go there, and that pretty well fills this thing up. There's not going to be much room left at all. We've still got some plumbing and some wiring to do back through here too, so I don't think there's anything else I can cram back here. So I think we're going to call that pretty well good for now. I'll weld those brackets up when we tear everything down, do final welding. I'm really scared to try to do any welding, too much welding right here around the bags, because the way the top of that bag is cupped, if you see, that would totally grab all the sparks from welding around some of that stuff and just burn my bags up. So I'll do that after we tear everything down. Well, guys, somehow or another, we have got this video probably pretty well to the point where we ought to cut it off. But before I do, I just want to tell you guys, you want to catch the next video for sure, because we've got some fun things happening in this area if you're interested in that sort of stuff. And I'm going to try to finish this stuff up back here, and there's going to be some eye candy going on back there as well. So you guys definitely want to check out that video when I get it posted. And if you haven't already, there is 21 videos of how we got to this point. that you might want to catch up on. So go find those, check those out. And I guess that's all I got for you today, so I'll see you next time.